So if I tell you that Lenovo has a tablet for rupees 60,000, your reaction would be, "Kaun kharidega ye tablet?" Well, if that's your reaction, I won't be surprised, and to be honest, this tablet has also surprised me. So here it is, the Lenovo P12 Pro tablet. It's an Android tablet, it looks and feels premium, but this begs the question at this price range, is it the most premium tablet in India right now? And most importantly, can it rival Apple iPads that cost more or less the same? Well, that's what we're discussing in today's video. I'm Abhik, you're watching Fiiber. Let's get started. And you know, a tablet is incomplete without its accessories. So Lenovo has also sent me these really cool accessories, and there's also a stylus. So we'll be talking about that. So let's start with the design. So let's start with the obvious, which is the design. You know, this is the Lenovo P12 Pro is one of the most premium tablets that I've held in my hands. And I would even go further by saying it is on par with Apple iPads and Samsung Galaxy S tablet series, which are one of the most premium tablets in the market. I mean, just look at this, look at the design. There's sleek design, nice dual tone finish on the back, quad speaker grills, Type-C port for charging, full metal body, and fairly slim bezels. So yeah, overall in terms of look and feel, there is nothing much to complain. Of course, the accessories we will be talking about. There is a magnet here where you can stick the stylus. It's actually not here, it is here. You see, the magnet is pretty strong and it holds the stylus pretty firmly. But I have one complaint: why would you put a stylus magnet on the back? This also acts as a charging port. So yeah, I find the placement a bit odd. If it was on the spine like other tablets, it would have made much more sense. But otherwise, I don't think there's a lot to complain. Yes, there are certain elements that do feel need some kind of refinement. Like for example, the volume rockers are here. So naturally, if I'm watching a tablet, if I'm watching a movie while holding this tablet, yes, the volume rockers in this portrait mode, in this landscape mode, it works fine. The power button, which acts up as a fingerprint scanner, it is also here. But sometimes I personally prefer these buttons being here. But overall, see, this is a 12-inch tablet, you know, and if you're watching movie, it is natural that you will feel restless and you will feel some kind of fatigue while holding it. So the size is not everyone's cup of tea. In that case, if Lenovo had released an 11-inch model like what Apple does with its iPad Pro models, I think it would have definitely made some difference. But yeah, once I got this, I got used to the weight, which is roughly around 600 grams. Pretty heavy. I got used to it eventually, but yes, there are accessories that you will need to watch movies so that, like, you know, it doesn't get tiresome to hold it for a longer period. But yes, you get all the necessities. There's Type-C port for charging, speaker grills are there, everything is fine. So in that case, design wise, I don't think you'll have a problem. But a tablet is incomplete without a good display. So let's get to the display part. Now see, being a premium tablet, there's not much to complain. And you know, I can go all about specs, but you are smart enough, you will go through the specs and you will find all the eye-catching elements. The Lenovo P12 Pro comes with a 12.6-inch screen, which is, as I said, fairly big. But yes, if you are paying 60,000 on a tablet, you know, there are certain things that you can't miss. For example, 120Hz refresh rate. Samjhe Apple? But yeah, jokes aside, you do get 120Hz refresh rate on this. You can even manually manage the refresh rate on the settings app, so you know, you can preserve some battery while doing it. But yeah, in terms of viewing experience, I have no problems whatsoever. The display also comes with Dolby Vision support, so if it means that if the app has this support, your viewing experience will be a lot more richer. For instance, I watch movies on Netflix, I watch this show on Netflix which is called Dharma, I watched the entire series, no problem whatsoever. I watch matches on Hotstar, again it was smooth. And I also watch a lot of videos on YouTube, some mindless videos. You can also find them on our Fiiber channel. But yes, when I watch those videos on this tablet, there's no complaints whatsoever. But that does not mean that the Lenovo P12 Pro is perfect. Obviously, there are certain elements that Lenovo should take in from its rival brands just to perfect the entire gadget, you know. So the first would be the adaptive brightness. You know, while I was watching movies, the brightness did adjust automatically, and in some cases it was fine, but I still think the Lenovo needs to work on that, because sometimes while watching movies the brightness dropped to 0 and almost like 10%, so that obviously hampered my visual experience. Again, another thing which I really hope that Lenovo starts including on its tablets is that an MIUI feature. If you have used a Xiaomi phone or a tablet, you would know about this reading mode. What it basically does is that it dims the background light, and you know, it gives this paper-like finish that makes the reading experience much more pleasant. And if you have a tablet of this size, I am sure you will be reading a lot. So in that case, a reading mode is a much helpful, a more useful tool in this form factor. So in that case, Lenovo can probably take that feedback. But yes, otherwise display wise, there's not much to complain. So what else is there? There is performance. So we will talk about it now. Now, in terms of performance, I know there's a lot of confusion with the processing power. You see, tablets generally are positioned as somewhat stronger than a smartphone and somewhat lesser than a laptop. What I mean is that the processor that you need for this kind of form factor can be confusing, is that you will be confused what to go for, and especially when Apple is bringing their M1 chipsets to their tablets, you would naturally want to expect a lot more from these tablets. In that case, the Lenovo P12 Pro comes with a very capable Snapdragon 870 chipset. It is a pretty decent chipset that we find on many premium smartphones. It is good for gaming, scrolling and all that. So that way I don't have to go into details that what you can do in terms of processing power, because it can handle. But you know, if you have a tablet for this amount, which is rupees 60,000, and it is not at all cheap, so you would also think that, can I use it as a laptop as well? So in that case, I can't talk about your profession, but at least for my profession, which is pretty extensive in terms of work, because I am required to typing, editing, there is few things that you need to remember, few things that will probably affect you if you are buying this, and let's get to that. So as I mentioned, for my profession, see, I am required to do a lot of typing, and I got this Lenovo accessories. It comes with this keyboard and there's also this trackpad, so it gives me this laptop-like feeling. But there's also OTG support, so if you want to connect your mouse and get the cursor over these apps, it will not affect you. So in terms of typing, I think the experience is pretty good. But when it comes to photo editing or video editing, it will affect you a bit, because you see, tablets do not act like a desktop. You can't create folders and save files on it. You can't save pictures on it. So you have to back up on the cloud and then download them, and then you have to put them in the editing software and do your work. So that way the experience is not fully seamless. So that way, in terms of editing videos and photos, I faced a bit of problems. But yeah, apart from that, it can work like a tablet, like a laptop. Because say for instance, if you have to take video calls, this one comes with a very capable full HD camera. Perhaps I've probably seen this is the best camera that on any Android tablet that I've found. So of course, that will help you. The rear camera is also pretty sharp. These are not as good as an Apple iPad cameras, but yeah, for daily users, for everyday users, daily work, this will suffice. But beyond that, there are lots of softwares as well. If you, for example, I was talking about typing, and there's Google Docs, I can type on that. Lenovo also has its own proprietary app, so that way you can say link your messages app on an Android phone, so you will get all the messages on this tablet. Apart from that, you can even connect it, you can use it as an external monitor. So it is not a wholesome package, but for the price tag, whatever capabilities you would want to expect from a tablet at this point, this will work. But yeah, all that performance, all that viewing experience will be hampered if your tablet doesn't have a good battery. Thankfully, the Lenovo comes with a larger chunky battery unit, which is around 10,000 milliamp unit it gets. And the package also comes with a 30-watt PD charger, so which is also a good addition. If you have other Android smartphones, you can use them to charge your smartphone. So I used the tablet in two forms. I kept the display on always on mode. So even with that, I got roughly 12 hours of battery. With that off, the tablet ran easily for days. Even when I was watching videos on Netflix, I watched an entire series. Say I watched around 5 episodes and the tablet was still running. So in terms of battery, you will have no problem whatsoever. Now that I've spoken about Lenovo P12 Pro's display, performance, battery, this begs the question that whether this Android tablet is worth your money. And most importantly, is it an Apple iPad competitor? Well, we will get to it step by step. First, let's talk about the iPad. See, to put it simply, it is not an iPad competitor, because mainly Apple iPads get years of experience, so that way your user experience with the iPads remain more crisper, it's more polished, and it gives you a new tablet-like feeling. The problem with this one is that it just gets only 2 years of updates. So the Lenovo P12 Pro came with Android 11. When I used it, it got Android 12 update, and it will get Android 13 update whenever that is ready. Of course, it will get some years of security updates, but that's it. So you will not get to see much in terms of features. But if I compare it to an Android tablet, say a Samsung Galaxy tablet or any other tablets in the market, most of all those tablets are in the budget segment, so obviously they have some limitation. This being a premium tablet, it will run smoothly for many years and it will get most of the work done. But yeah, if I compare it to the Android competitors, the Lenovo P12 Pro does stand out pretty well. It is a premium tablet, but like I said, a tablet is incomplete without its accessories. So thankfully Lenovo sent me these accessories, and you can see the accessories are pretty versatile. Like this backside comes out very smoothly. You can even adjust the viewing angles. The keypad has a nice smooth finish, and the keyboard gives a nice feedback. So that way the Lenovo P12 Pro with its accessories is a wholesome package. But yeah, it is not an iPad competitor, and certainly it's not cheap. But if you are hellbent on getting an Android tablet, a premium Android tablet, this one will definitely not disappoint you. It is good for productivity if you're taking video calls and all that. The cameras are very much capable. If you want a nice tablet with one of the best viewing experience, this will not disappoint again. Anyway, let us know in the comments what do you think about the Lenovo P12 Pro, whether the price tag is justified. Is it a good Android tablet in this space? Put that in the comments. You'll be seeing me again. I'm Abhik. I'll see you very soon.